Hello and welcome to Workbooks End User Training. This is part of a series of short tutorials guiding you through the basics of using workbooks. This tutorial looks at the typical flow of information and the records used in what's often called the lead-to-cash process. The flow within your organisation may differ from what we're going to look at now, but hopefully you will see some commonalities with your business. I'll start by showing you a PowerPoint slide and then I will move into workbooks to show you the records there. The earliest record in the cycle, if you like, is a lead record. They're the earliest stage of your prospecting, and they can be generated in a number of ways, including you might buy lead data in, maybe it's generated as a result of people visiting your website and filling in a web form, or you might have been to a trade show or something like that. However you get the leads into your system, you really should have a relatively simple process to qualify those leads in or out as quickly as possible, to decide whether or not they're a good fit for your organisation. And typically this aspect of work is undertaken by either members of the marketing team or the sales team. Once you've qualified the lead in, there's a button on a lead record that allows you to convert it into one or all of the three records that have just appeared on the screen. So an opportunity, a person and an organisation. These records really give you the building blocks for your sales interactions, and in particular the opportunity record. That's a record that's used to track the potential sale, including pieces of data such as the close date, when you're going to win or lose, hopefully not, but win or lose the deal, the stage of the sales cycle that you've attained, and also of course information on what it is that's being sold. An opportunity is an example of what we call a transaction record, and there are other transaction records in workbooks, including the ones coming onto the screen now. So very often an opportunity would be copied to become a quotation and to send that by PDF to the prospect. If that prospect decides to go ahead and buy from you, then you may want to copy the winning quotation into an order and then on into an invoice as well. You can see you've also got the ability to generate credit notes and supplier orders if you're having to buy goods in, and also contracts to track what it is that you are supplying to a particular customer. It will depend on your license as to whether or not you see all of these record types, and you don't have to generate them in the order that they're shown on the screen. You might go straight from an opportunity to an invoice if that's the way your business works, but hopefully you can see the way that data can flow right through from the lead right through to the point of being invoiced. So there's the lead to cash process. Regardless of what license you have though, you will see other records in workbooks. You will see things like emails and activities, allowing you to track the communication and the interaction that you're having with your prospects and your customers. You'll see marketing campaigns so that you can attribute sales to particular campaign efforts, if you like. And you can create notes on any of the record types that you're seeing so that you can capture important information. You also have case records within workbooks. These can be used to log support tickets, or lots of customers use them to actually track project delivery. All of the records you've seen can be reported on, either in grid forms or in charts, and those reports and charts can be added to dashboards to give you and your management team visibility of what's going on in your business. Here I am in workbooks, and I'll show you some of the aspects that we've just seen on the slide so you can see it using workbooks records. I'm using my start button to navigate to my sales leads, and here we are. I can see I've got 3. If I pick this top one, John Simpson, we've got some information about John. He came to us from a web link. You can see also that there are a couple of activities linked to John. Here's one saying to follow up the initial interest, and that one is actually complete, but there's one scheduled for about a week's time, which is new. Let's say we've qualified John and do feel that he is a good fit for the business. So I'm going to use that button that I mentioned on the slide called Save and Convert. It's this one up at the top. Click on Save and Convert, and it'll open up a screen for me asking if I want to create an opportunity, a person, and an organisation. In addition, what it's saying to me is you've got some organisations on your system already that have got the name Westland in them, so maybe it's one of those that you mean. I'm not going to select one of those, but the purpose of this is to help you to avoid creating duplicates. So for my purposes, I'm just going to click Next. And the first thing that's going to open up on the screen is the opportunity record itself, and there it is. It's assumed that the prospective customer is Westland Limited, which is the name of the organisation that was on the lead, and it has given the opportunity a name, but what it hasn't done is given it a close date, which is a mandatory field. So I'm going to pick a date. The close date can be changed as you learn more about the opportunity. Notice as well that the sales lead source and the original marketing campaign have been pulled through to the opportunity, which means we can track the success of that campaign by looking at what we're selling. At the moment, we've got a stage of unqualified, so I'll move that on to qualified. And if I just click save for a moment, that's saved that information. If you notice as well, the activities that were linked to the lead have also come through, and they're shown on this little report grid that we can see on the opportunity record. This one that's green is saying that's fine, it's to do in the future. So it's just a reminder, a prompt, if you like. Also, we've got a list of who's related to the deal, because it is important to know who the relevant players are, the key players, the decision-making unit, if you like, are in respect of a deal. Further down, we've got the ability to add line items, i.e. what it is that we're talking about selling. I'm just going to choose some consulting days, maybe 10 of those, and one other line item. So that's the opportunity that I mentioned in the slide. It gives us information about who the prospective customer is, how far through the sales stages we've got to, and also when the close date is. If I save that, I showed you on the slide that you can copy these transaction records. An opportunity is a transaction record, and there's a copy document button at the top here, and you can see the records that were mentioned in the slide. I can copy this to another opportunity, I can copy it to a quotation, to an invoice, and so on. I'll just copy it to a quotation for now, and that will pop up on the screen. It's asking me, do I want to copy across all of my line items and all of the things like notes and activities that were linked to the opportunity? So typically you would want to do that. And on the screen now is a draft quotation. It's pulled through the information about who the prospective customer is, and it's pulled through all the line item information as well. I'm not going to go on and keep copying this document, but you can. You could copy this quotation into, as you can see here from the button, you can copy this onto an order, the order into an invoice, or you could skip straight to the invoice and so on. But that's just one of the really nice things about workbooks, is you don't have to re-enter all of this detail all the time. The information flows through from one record type to another. Thank you for watching this tutorial, which I hope you found useful. For more information, remember to visit our knowledge base, which you can find at www.workbooks.com/knowledge_base. Thanks, bye bye.